So, you're thinking about a new smartphone for 2026. Good, let's just cut right through all the marketing noise. In this quick guide, we're going to build your perfect shortlist, covering the absolute best flagships, the smartest budget winners, and some specialized phones for things like photography, battery life, and, of course, gaming.
You know that feeling, right? You're just staring at this endless list of specs and weird marketing terms, trying to figure out what actually matters. It's just overwhelming, and that's exactly what we're going to fix today.
All right, here's our game plan. Super simple. First, we'll cover what really matters when buying a phone. Then, we'll dive into the top-of-the-line flagships, some seriously powerful specialized picks, and of course, the best value choices. And at the very end, we'll put it all together to help you make that final call. Let's get into it.
Okay, Section 1, our simple buying criteria. We built this list with one goal, to focus on what makes a phone genuinely great in your day-to-day life, not just what looks good on a spec sheet.
So every single phone you're about to see had to nail these 5 things. First, cameras that are consistently good, not just in perfect lighting. A battery that you can actually rely on to get through a whole day. Performance that feels smooth, no stuttering. Software support that lasts because you want your phone to stay secure and updated. And finally, clear value. Does the price actually make sense for what you're getting? These are the fundamentals.
All right, let's jump into Section 2, the top flagship champions. These are the big hitters, the phones that basically do everything and set the standard for the year. So for the best overall experience, it's gotta be the Apple iPhone 17 Pro Max. This thing just strikes a perfect balance between performance, photography, and battery. You're getting a triple 48-megapixel camera setup, which is just incredible, and an 8x optical quality zoom that really gets you in close. Plus, that battery life, up to 39 hours of video playback, is just wild. Now, what's the catch? Well, it's expensive for sure, and that 6.9-inch screen means it's definitely a big two-handed phone. Next up, for all you power users out there, the people who are constantly multitasking and living in their phones, the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL is probably your best bet. It's built from the ground up for AI and heavy lifting with Google's own Tensor G5 chip and a whopping 16 gigs of RAM. The 5,200 mAh battery is solid with both fast wired and wireless charging. The trade-off? Just like the iPhone, it's a big phone at 6.8 inches, and it definitely has a premium price tag.
Okay, Section 3, specialized power picks. But what if you don't need a phone that's good at everything? What if you need a phone that is the absolute best at one specific thing? Let's dive in.
If photography is your #1 priority, then honestly, look no further. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra is the undisputed camera king. That 200-megapixel main sensor is just insane, and the multi-telephoto zoom system gives you a level of flexibility that's basically unmatched in a phone. Plus, you get the S Pen and all those clever Galaxy AI tools. So what's the catch? The battery life is just kinda average, and yeah, the price is very, very high.
All right, for all of you who have serious battery anxiety, the Oppo Find X9 Pro is your champion. I mean, just look at that number, a massive 7,500 mAh battery. That's endurance on a whole other level. And it charges incredibly fast too, 80 watts wired, 50 watts wireless. Now, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. All that battery makes it heavier than most phones, and depending on where you live, it might be a little tricky to find.
Now, what if you just need a solid, reliable workhorse for school or your job? The Apple iPhone 16e is a fantastic productivity tool. It's got a more manageable 6.1-inch screen, which is great for one-handed use, and the A18 chip keeps everything running super smooth. The trade-offs here are pretty clear. You're only getting a single camera on the back, so you lose some flexibility there, and the wireless charging is just the standard kind.
Okay, gamers, listen up. The OnePlus 15 is built for one thing: peak gaming performance. The screen is a ridiculously smooth 165Hz adaptive display which makes compatible games look incredible. It's powered by the top-tier Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip, and that huge 7,300 mAh battery means you can game for hours without being tethered to a wall. Now, are the cameras good? Yeah, they're fine, but let's be real, that's not why you're buying this phone.
Section 4. Smart Value Choices. Right, you absolutely do not need to spend $1,000 to get a great phone. This section is all about the smart money picks, the phones that give you an incredible experience without emptying your wallet.
So if you want that core Pixel experience, an amazing camera and clean, simple software, but you don't want the flagship price, the Pixel 9a is the absolute best all-around budget choice. You get a really strong main camera, a big battery, and it even has wireless charging, which is awesome at this price. The one thing you absolutely have to know, though, is that the storage is locked at 128 gigs. There's no way to add more with a card.
Next up, the Nothing Phone 3A Pro. This phone gives you a real taste of the flagship life, but for a whole lot less money. I'm talking premium features like a 50-megapixel telephoto lens, super fast 50-watt charging, and even reverse wired charging so you can top up your earbuds from your phone. So how'd they get the price down? Well, they skipped wireless charging and it's not running a top-of-the-line flagship processor.
Trying to stay under that $500 mark? The Samsung Galaxy A56 is a fantastic option. You get a huge, beautiful 6.7-inch 120Hz display and a really dependable 5,000 mAh battery with pretty fast charging. Just be aware, the performance is solidly mid-range, so it's not a gaming beast, and there's no wireless charging here.
And finally, if you're looking for the absolute most bang for your buck at the lowest price, check out the CMF Phone 2 Pro. It's kind of amazing what you get here. A big, gorgeous OLED screen and a big battery for a price that's hard to beat. Now, to get to that price, there are some pretty clear trade-offs. The cameras are very basic, and you're not getting any extras like wireless charging or water resistance.
Okay, Section 5, your final decision grid. I know, that was a lot of information. So let's make this super simple. We've boiled down this entire shortlist into a single, easy-to-read grid based on what you care about most.
Here it is. This grid makes it crystal clear. If you want the best overall, you're looking at the iPhone 17 Pro Max. If you're all about power and AI, go for the Pixel 10 Pro XL. For the absolute best camera, it's the Galaxy S25 Ultra, no question. Need the best battery? That's the Oppo Find X9 Pro. For the best budget balance, the Pixel 9a is your winner. And for the best gaming experience, it's the OnePlus 15. See? Your choice just became as simple as picking your number one priority.
So really, the only question left is, what matters most to you? Is it having a pro-level camera in your pocket? Or a battery that just refuses to die? Or maybe it's just about getting the best possible phone without breaking the bank. Once you have that answer, you've found your perfect phone for 2026.